Have you ever wondered why some people who seem so ordinary, people with no special talent, no exceptional background, go on to achieve incredible success, while others with far more intelligence and skill fall behind? Today, I'm not here to give you another quick dose of motivation. No, this is not just about feeling inspired for a few minutes and then going back to the same habits. This is a wake-up call, a message that can genuinely change your life if you let it. Because here's the truth most people ignore. Talent is meaningless without consistency. The world is full of talented people who never reached their potential because they thought their natural gifts were enough. And it's also full of so-called average people who kept showing up day after day without excuses. And they built lives others only dream of. Think about it. Success doesn't belong to the smartest, the fastest, or the most gifted. It belongs to those who refuse to quit. Those who keep moving forward even when no one is clapping for them, even when no one is watching. That's the secret most people don't want to face. Greatness is not born, it's built through consistency. So today, as you listen to this, don't just take it as words. Take it as a mirror. Ask yourself, have you been waiting for talent to save you? Or are you willing to show up every single day and earn the life you want? If this message resonates with you, don't let it end here. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, and join me on this journey where we go beyond motivation and dive into real transformation. Because your future self is waiting and it's built, one consistent step at a time. Let's be honest, consistency is not glamorous. It's not the highlight reel you see on social media. It's not the applause or the standing ovation. Consistency is showing up when you're tired. It's working when you're scared. It's putting in the effort even when no one is watching and no one is clapping. Most people wait for the perfect moment, the perfect mood, or the perfect burst of motivation to start. But success doesn't come from a single dramatic effort. It comes from the small daily actions that stack up over time. Think about it like this. If you study English for 10 hours in one day and then quit for a month, you'll make almost no progress. But if you spend just 30 minutes every single day practicing, reading, listening, and speaking, it will transform you. The same applies to fitness. One brutal workout won't change your body, but small, steady, consistent workouts will. Every push-up, every run, every small choice. Together, they add up to results you can't ignore. Consistency doesn't care about talent. It doesn't care if you're rich, poor, young, or old. It rewards only one thing: the discipline to show up every single day. That's how average people rise above, and that's how extraordinary lives are built. So ask yourself, are you waiting for applause? Or are you willing to show up when the world is silent? Because that's where real success is born. If you're ready to commit to this journey, don't just listen and forget. Take action now. Like this video, subscribe, and keep coming back, because every single day we're building not just habits, but a future that lasts. Why do so many people fail? It's rarely because they're not smart enough. It's not because they lack talent. The real reason most people fail is simple. They don't have the discipline, the patience, or the consistency to keep going when progress feels invisible. Think about it. Everyone gets excited in the beginning. The first week at the gym? Full of energy. The first chapter of a new book? Motivation is sky high. The first day of learning English? Feels like a new adventure. But then the excitement fades. Results don't come instantly, and one by one people quit. But winners are different. They don't rely on excitement or luck. They succeed because they keep showing up every single day, even when there's no immediate reward, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Let me give you a powerful example. The Chinese bamboo tree. When you plant its seed, you water it, you nurture it, and for the first year, nothing happens. The second year, still nothing. Third year, nothing. Fourth year, nothing. Most people would give up. But in the fifth year, something unbelievable happens. That bamboo shoots up to over 80 feet tall in just 6 weeks. Did the bamboo really grow in 6 weeks? No. It was growing underground the whole time, building its roots, preparing for greatness. That's exactly how success works. Your efforts might not show results immediately, but every ounce of discipline, every act of consistency is building roots beneath the surface. And one day, when you least expect it, your breakthrough will come, and the world will call it luck. But you'll know the truth. It was consistency all along. So the question is, are you willing to keep watering your dream, even when you see nothing happening? Because those who do, they're the ones who win. If this message hit you today, don't just walk away, commit. Subscribe, like, and join me on this journey where we build roots together until the day success shoots higher than you ever imagined. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you made a promise to yourself? Maybe you said, tomorrow I'll wake up early, or this week I'll exercise, or I'll finally start practicing English. And then you didn't. We don't realize it, but every time we break a promise to ourselves, we lose something deeper than just a goal. We lose self-respect. We stop trusting our own words. And without that inner trust, confidence slowly dies. But here's the good news. You can rebuild it, and the tool is consistency. When you say you'll do something and then you actually do it, no matter how small, it sends a powerful signal to your brain. I can count on myself. That's the foundation of true confidence. It doesn't start with climbing mountains or speaking perfect English or running a marathon. It starts with one small daily habit. Maybe it's reading just one page of a book every night. Maybe it's writing down 3 new English words each day. Maybe it's doing 10 push-ups before bed. Small acts done consistently rebuild the image you hold of yourself. And here's the magic. Once you prove to yourself that you can follow through on the little things, you start believing you can conquer the big things too. That's how people transform. Not by grand declarations, but by quiet, steady consistency that rebuilds trust from the inside out. So let me ask you, are you keeping your promises or breaking them? The answer will decide the kind of life you build. If this struck something inside you, don't just nod and move on. Take action. Hit subscribe, like this video. And more importantly, choose one small daily habit starting today. That's how you rebuild your confidence, one consistent step at a time. Everyone has dreams. Some dream of becoming fluent in English, others dream of financial freedom, of health, of success. But here's the harsh truth. Without daily action, dreams remain nothing more than fantasies. The bridge between where you are right now and the life you imagine is built with one thing: consistency. Think about it. A dream is just a vision. But when you consistently act, that dream transforms into a goal. With steady effort, that goal becomes a plan. And when you stick to that plan every single day, no matter how small the steps, the plan becomes reality. Take J.K. Rowling, for example. Before she became the world-famous author of Harry Potter, she was rejected by multiple publishers. She was broke, living in hardship, writing in cafes while struggling to raise her child. But she kept writing. She showed up every single day with discipline, even when no one believed in her. And because she stayed consistent, she transformed her dream into one of the most successful book series in history. Her story proves that success doesn't come from luck or sudden breakthroughs. It comes from showing up again and again when it feels boring, when it feels pointless, and when no one is watching. That's when the bridge from dream to reality is being built. So ask yourself, are you waiting for your dream to magically happen? Or are you laying a brick on that bridge every single day? If you're ready to turn dreams into reality, start now. Like this video, subscribe, and most importantly, commit to daily action no matter how small. That's the secret to making the impossible possible. Motivation feels amazing in the moment. You watch a video, hear a powerful speech, or read an inspiring story, and suddenly you're fired up. You feel unstoppable. But here's the problem. Motivation always fades. It's like a spark, bright for a moment but gone just as quickly. And that's why so many people fail. They start strong, full of energy, but the first time they feel tired, discouraged, or uninspired, they stop. Winners know the truth. You cannot rely on motivation. Consistency is what saves you. Think about it. Winners don't wait until they're in the mood. They don't wait until conditions are perfect. They act despite mood swings, despite fear, and despite tiredness. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine a mother with a newborn baby. She doesn't wait for motivation to get up in the middle of the night when the baby cries. She doesn't say, "I don't feel inspired right now." She acts because it's her responsibility. That's exactly how consistency works. If you treat your dreams, your goals, your growth with that same level of responsibility, you'll never fail. You won't need to be motivated. You'll simply show up day after day until success becomes inevitable. So stop asking yourself, "Do I feel motivated today?" Instead ask, "Am I willing to be consistent today?" Because motivation might start the fire, but only consistency keeps it burning. If you believe this message, don't just watch. Act. Subscribe. Commit to showing up daily. and build the discipline that will carry you further than motivation ever could. Most people want big results, fast. They dream of overnight success, instant transformation, and massive change in just a few days. But here's the truth. People overestimate what they can achieve in the short term and underestimate what they can achieve in the long term. Success is not built in one day. It's built in small steps taken consistently over time. Think about it. You don't need to study 10 hours in one day, you need to study 1 hour every day. You don't need to write an entire book in a weekend. You need to write a little every single day. The power is not in the big effort once, it's in the small effort repeated. Let me share with you a powerful story. There was a man who had a dream to write a book, but he was too busy. No time, no energy, no perfect conditions. So he made himself a promise. I'll write just one sentence a day. No excuses. Some days he wrote more, some days he only wrote that one line, but he never missed a day. After 1 year, he held a finished book in his hands. Now ask yourself, was his book built in a single moment of motivation? No. It was built sentence by sentence, day by day, through the quiet power of consistency. That's the secret. Small daily steps create massive results over time. A drop of water seems powerless, but when it falls every day, it can carve through the hardest rock. So don't wait for the perfect moment to do something big. Start small. Start today, and one day, you'll look back and realize those tiny steps created something extraordinary. If you believe in the power of small daily steps, take your first one right now. Subscribe, commit to daily growth, and watch how your life transforms, not in a day, but forever. Struggle. Most people see it as a wall, something that stops them. But the truth is, struggle is not your enemy, it's your greatest teacher. And it only becomes your strength if you stay consistent through it. Think about the first time you go to the gym. It hurts, doesn't it? Your muscles ache, your body feels weak, and your mind screams, quit. That pain is uncomfortable. But if you keep going every day, that weakness turns into strength. That shaky hand holding the dumbbell becomes solid muscle. That breathless body becomes powerful. The same principle applies to every area of life. Learning a new language, building discipline, developing confidence, it feels uncomfortable time. It's the one resource we all have equally, yet most people treat it like it's endless. But here's the hard truth. Time wasted can never be recovered. You can earn money again, you can rebuild relationships, but a wasted hour is gone forever. And the best way to respect time? Be consistent with it. Because time will either be your biggest enemy or your most powerful ally. Think about how much time slips away every single day. Hours spent scrolling through meaningless posts, binge-watching shows, complaining, or just lying in bed saying, "Tomorrow, I'll start." But tomorrow never comes. Now imagine using even one of those hours every day to learn, to build, to create, to grow. In 1 month, you'd feel sharper. In 6 months, people would start noticing a new version of you. And in 1 year, your entire life would be unrecognizable. Let me share a true story that proves this. There was a man who worked at a petrol pump, spending 12 exhausting hours every day standing in heat and dust. He had no coaching, no support, and no one believed he could rise higher. But he had a dream, to clear the UPSC exam and become an officer. Most people in his position would have given up, but he didn't. After work, no matter how tired he was, he studied for 2 hours. Every morning before leaving for his shift, he revised for 30 minutes. Day after day, month after month, year after year, people laughed at him. Relatives said it was impossible, but he stayed consistent. And after 3 long years, he passed, from petrol pump worker to officer, from ordinary to extraordinary. All because he respected his time and used it wisely. Here's the truth. Time is not the problem. Your consistency with time is. Everyone has 24 hours. The difference is how you use them. So let me ask you, how are you spending your hours today? Because time will write your future, but only if you respect it with consistent action. If this hit you, then make sure you don't waste another second. Subscribe right now, keep learning with us, and let's make every day count. In the beginning, you'll make mistakes, you'll feel embarrassed, people might even laugh at you. But here's the secret. If you stay consistent, your weakness transforms into your weapon. Let me give you a story that will inspire you forever. There was a boy who couldn't speak clearly. He stammered every time he tried to talk. His classmates mocked him, teachers told him to stay silent, and he felt like a failure. But he refused to give up. Every single day he practiced in front of a mirror. He read books out loud. He recorded his voice, listened, and corrected himself. He joined debate clubs even when people laughed at him. And through years of consistent struggle, he transformed. That boy grew up to be Eric Thomas, one of the world's greatest motivational speakers. What made him unstoppable wasn't talent. It wasn't luck. It was consistency in the face of struggle. Remember this: pain is temporary, but quitting makes it permanent. Struggles don't break you, they build you if you refuse to stop. So the next time life feels heavy, the next time your dream feels impossible, don't run away from the struggle. Walk through it one step every day, and soon you'll realize that what once felt like weakness has become your greatest strength. If this message is shaking something inside you, don't let it fade. Stay with us, subscribe, and keep building your strength, one consistent step at a time. Time. It's the one resource we all have equally, yet most people treat it like it's endless. But here's the hard truth: time wasted can never be recovered. You can earn money again, you can rebuild relationships, but a wasted hour is gone forever. And the best way to respect time? Be consistent with it. Because time will either be your biggest enemy or your most powerful ally. Think about how much time slips away every single day. Hours spent scrolling through meaningless posts, binge-watching shows, complaining, or just lying in bed saying, "Tomorrow, I'll start." But tomorrow never comes. Now imagine using even one of those hours every day to learn, to build, to create, to grow. In 1 month, you'd feel sharper. In 6 months, people would start noticing a new version of you. And in 1 year, your entire life would be unrecognizable. Let me share a true story that proves this. There was a man who worked at a petrol pump, spending 12 exhausting hours every day standing in heat and dust. He had no coaching, no support, and no one believed he could rise higher. But he had a dream: to clear the UPSC exam and become an officer. Most people in his position would have given up, but he didn't. After work, no matter how tired he was, he studied for 2 hours. Every morning before leaving for his shift, he revised for 30 minutes. Day after day, month after month, year after year, people laughed at him. Relatives said it was impossible, but he stayed consistent. And after 3 long years, he passed, from petrol pump worker to officer, from ordinary to extraordinary, all because he respected his time and used it wisely. Here's the truth: time is not the problem. Your consistency with time is. Everyone has 24 hours. The difference is how you use them. So let me ask you, how are you spending your hours today? Because time will write your future, but only if you respect it with consistent action. If this hit you, then make sure you don't waste another second. Subscribe right now, keep learning with us, and let's make every day count. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to be lucky while others keep waiting for their big break? Here's the secret. Luck is nothing but consistency meeting opportunity. Opportunities don't just fall into the laps of the unprepared. They show up for the ones who are already moving, already working, already showing up every single day. Because consistency builds momentum, and momentum attracts the doors you've been praying for. Let me give you an example. There was a young artist who dreamed of making it big. But instead of waiting for someone to notice his talent, he decided to put his work out there. Every single day. For years, he posted one drawing daily on social media. At first, nobody cared. His post had 0 likes, 0 comments. Friends told him to give up. But he didn't stop. He stayed consistent. One day, a major influencer stumbled upon his artwork and shared it. Overnight, his page exploded. Commissions started rolling in. Brands reached out. That sudden breakthrough people saw was not sudden at all. It was built on years of quiet, consistent effort. This is what people don't understand. Consistency creates a magnet for miracles. When you show up daily, even when no one is watching, you're sharpening your skills, you're building your portfolio, and you're positioning yourself for the opportunity that will change everything. So if you feel invisible right now, keep showing up. The world may not clap today, but your consistency is preparing you for the moment it finally will. Remember this: opportunities don't chase dreamers. They chase doers, and doers are made through daily action. If this spoke to you, then don't let today slip away. Hit that subscribe button, keep building with us, and stay consistent, because your opportunity might be closer than you think. Everyone has dreams. Dreams of success, of wealth, of recognition. But let me tell you something that might sting a little. The world does not respect your dreams. It only respects what you do every single day to bring those dreams to life. You can sit in your room imagining a better future all you want. You can talk about your goals, write them down in a notebook, or share them with your friends. But until you back those dreams with action, they are nothing more than empty wishes. Because the world doesn't pay for intentions. It rewards discipline. Let me share a powerful example. There was a young boy who grew up in poverty. He didn't even have shoes. But every single day, barefoot, he ran through the fields near his village. People laughed at him. They mocked him for dreaming too big, for wasting his time. But he kept training daily, no matter the pain, no matter the weather. Years later, that same boy stood on the podium of a national competition, wearing a medal around his neck. Suddenly, the same people who laughed at him were clapping for him. Do you see what happened? His suffering alone wasn't respected. His struggles alone didn't bring him success. What earned him respect was his discipline, his daily grind, his refusal to quit. And this is the truth for all of us. The world doesn't reward excuses or half-finished attempts or empty talk. It only respects consistency, the work you put in when no one is watching. So ask yourself today, do you want to be remembered as someone who only dreamed, or as someone who turned those dreams into reality through daily action? If you're ready to choose discipline over excuses, then join this journey. Subscribe now, commit to action every single day, and let the world respect you. Not for what you hoped for, but for what you built with your own hands. People love to talk about talent. They admire the natural singer, the gifted athlete, the genius student who seems to learn faster than everyone else. But here's the truth. Talent without consistency is wasted potential. Think about it. How many people do you know who were talented in school but never made it far in life? Maybe they were smarter than everyone else, but because they lacked discipline, they never built anything meaningful. Meanwhile, those who showed up every single day, who practiced, who struggled, and who refused to quit, those are the ones who actually created success. Talent may give you a head start, but consistency wins the race. Because success isn't about what you can do once, it's about what you're willing to do daily. Let me share a powerful story. In a small village, there was a girl who struggled with English. She wasn't gifted, she wasn't naturally fluent, and in fact, she was often laughed at. But she made a decision. Every single day, she would learn just a little bit. She practiced speaking, listened to English conversations, wrote down new words, and forced herself to use them. She didn't stop. Day after day, she kept going. Years later, this same girl stood on a stage, not just speaking English, but delivering a TEDx talk to a global audience. The same people who once laughed at her were now applauding her. Did talent get her there? No. It was consistency, discipline, and daily effort. This is the lesson. Consistency can turn an ordinary person into someone extraordinary. Talent may open the door, but only consistency keeps it open. So stop waiting for natural gifts to carry you. Start showing up every day, even if you're not perfect, even if you stumble. Because in the end, the world doesn't crown the most talented. It crowns the most consistent. And if you're ready to choose consistency over excuses, then subscribe, like this video, and take the first step today. Because your discipline will write the story that talent alone never could. There's one thing no one can escape, no matter how clever they are, no matter how talented they may be: time. You can lie to others, you can even lie to yourself, but you cannot cheat time. Time is the ultimate judge. It exposes fake progress and rewards only those who remain consistent. Think about it. Anyone can work hard for one day. Anyone can make a grand plan for a week. But what about 6 months? What about a year? What about 5 years? That's when time reveals who was truly committed. Let me give you a real example. There was a YouTuber who started with nothing. No audience, no fame, not even great equipment. At first, his videos got just a handful of views. Sometimes only his family watched. But he made a choice. He would post every single day. Day after day, with no guarantee of success, he showed up. At first, nobody cared. But as the weeks turned into months and months into years, something incredible happened. His audience grew. Slowly, people began to notice his consistency. And before long, that same YouTuber had millions of subscribers. Not because of luck, not because of one viral video, but because time rewarded his daily effort. And that's the lesson. Time exposes the truth. If you're pretending to work hard, time will reveal it. If you're genuinely consistent, time will multiply your results. So stop asking, how long will it take? Instead, ask yourself, am I willing to keep going as long as it takes? Because if you are, time will not fail you. And if this message hit you today, then don't let another second slip by. Subscribe, like this video, and commit, truly commit, to showing up daily. Because time is watching, and it will either expose your excuses or reward your effort. Some people are born into privilege. Others are born into struggle, poverty, broken homes, environments where dreams are crushed before they even begin. But here's the truth you need to hear. You are not responsible for the pain you inherited, but you are responsible for breaking the cycle. Generational curses, poverty, ignorance, abuse, mediocrity, they can end with you. And the weapon that destroys them is not talent, not luck, not even motivation. It's consistency. Let me share a story. In the slums of India, there was a young boy who had nothing. His family was trapped in poverty. His parents couldn't afford electricity, and education seemed like an impossible dream. But this boy made a decision. He would not repeat the same cycle. Every night when the world slept, he studied under the dim glow of a street lamp. Night after night, through hunger, through exhaustion, he kept going. Years later, that same boy achieved something unthinkable. He cleared the IAS exam, one of the toughest in the world, and became a respected officer. His family, once stuck in the chains of poverty, now stood tall with pride. One boy's consistency rewrote the destiny of an entire generation. That's the power you hold. Your small daily choices can change not only your life, but the lives of your children, grandchildren, and everyone who comes after you. You may have been born into pain, but you don't have to die in it. You can choose differently. Consistency is how you say, the cycle ends with me. So if you're ready to break those chains, don't wait for tomorrow. Start today. Subscribe, like this video, and commit to daily action. Because your consistency isn't just about you. It's about rewriting your family's future. Have you ever noticed how emotions can betray you? One day you feel motivated, the next day you feel tired, lazy, or hopeless. That's because emotions lie. They come and go, and if you build your life around them, your dreams will always stay out of reach. The truth is, success doesn't come from emotions. It comes from habits. Habits are stronger than moods. Habits are what keep you moving when your emotions scream, "Stop." Let me give you a story. There was a woman who always wanted to run a marathon. But every time she started training, her emotions sabotaged her. Some mornings she felt too tired. Other days she felt discouraged or made excuses. She realized if she depended on feelings, she'd never achieve her dream. So she made a radical decision. She built habits that didn't care about emotions. She set her alarm, put her shoes by the door, and committed to running every morning, no matter how she felt. Rain or shine, happy or sad, energized or drained, she ran. Day after day, those runs stacked up until her body and mind adapted. What once felt impossible became automatic. Months later, she stood at the starting line of her first marathon. And when she crossed that finish line, she proved something powerful. Habits conquer emotions. This is the secret.
You don't need to feel like it.
You just need to do it. Build habits that work even when your emotions don't. So, if you're tired of letting your feelings control your future, commit today. Subscribe, like this video, and start building habits that will carry you to success. Because emotions fade, but habits last. And they'll take you further than motivation ever could.